Welcome back everybody to another No More Future, and yes, this is gonna be a chill playthrough. Every time I play No More Future, I'll be like, I'm chill, I'm not bored, like calm down. It's like walking at the walking at the park. Yeah, pretty much. So go back at it. If you're new to this channel, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends and loved one. If you already are, yeah. Oh my god, this is really awkward. I'm like fumbling around with my words. Really sorry about that. But yeah, you know the drill. Watch this video up to the end or watch my other videos. Other than that, let's get back to the game officially. Well, I read that. Yup. Upon realizing that she caught you at a bad time, what the fuck? Natalie's tone becomes much more apologetic. Ah, I see. Sorry about that then. I'll let you... No, that's okay. It's okay. I'm fine with starting now. Really? Are you sure about that? Yeah, I mean... It's not the first time I've seen this view as I travel to and from New Relay. From New Relay, from New York, New Relay, and it definitely won't be the last. There will be plenty of other times to admire it, whereas I should probably get started on Synthetics 101 as soon as possible. You're not sure how much you can cover in the 20 minutes the train will take to get back to Bloomberg, but any progress on understanding what you can and cannot do with your new body would be greatly appreciated. When you hear the Labrador's voice again, it shows that she's just as eager to begin teaching you as you are to begin learning. Alright, let's get right into it. So where do you want to start? Tough choice. Oh, are you already familiar with checking your status on your own? My status? Yeah, like how long you can keep going before you need to refuel or whether any of your body parts aren't working correctly. Yeah, that is a good, way of... I think, Isaac here needs to learn in a jiffy, quick, or at least know what he can do. Because, if I recall, he does need some kind of fuel to, for as blood to be refueled, but instead of since it's not organic body parts in which the blood marrow will continue supplying either your white blood cells or your red blood cells or whatever is made out of metal stuff, so he needs to get artificially refueled in a way, or new fuel, I guess. Liquid blood. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, can't say that I know that. The canine and her boss can thank that piece of junk Arthur for that. Okay, how about we start with that then? Sounds good to me. Though I can't say I know where to even begin. That's alright. That's what we're here for, remember? Now, you can check on this stuff whenever you want, but for your first time, it's probably best if you close your eyes so as to help you focus. You do as your helper said and try to close your eyes, likely putting your visor on standby in the process. A familiar darkness is all that lies around you, forbidding you from looking past its thick veil. Okay, now what? Now try to focus on what you want to see. It could be something I listed earlier, or maybe something simpler like the current time. Focus on the current time? It can't be as simple as that, can it? You try to do as the Labrador asked, focusing all your thoughts on the current time of day. A pair of numbers separated by a colon appears amidst the shadows, as if summoned by an order you never explicitly gave. Whoa! That's so cool! I know, right? Just think of anything and it'll appear. Kids the world over wish they had an imagination this vivid. It feels so surreal to be able to learn anything you wish so easily and reliably. Not that you're complaining. Oh my god, man, think about this. Your professor, your teacher, your instructor asks you a question. What did we learn about this? Who's this? Who's that? Where's that? You can just connect to the internet. Especially if you are in a university of prestigious school. Damn. Boop, 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 boop. I know the answer. Done. Isn't that cheating, Sleepy? Yeah, but that would mean you'd have information on hand always at the time. Like, let's say you're in an office job. Oh, forgot what section code something something violation policy blah blah. Maybe let's search up the ebook of our company. Done. Or the file inside my storage. Done. Quick learn. Instead of Control F to find one thing. Done. Just think of it. That's amazing. History to paper to learn. Yep. Though, to be fair, I'm pretty sure this thing forgot to specify. Never mind, I guess I did. Never mind, I guess I did. It looks like the only limit really is your imagination. Who knows what else this system could allow you to do. You decide to spend some time trying to answer that question on your own. Alright, kinda cool. Alright, now try looking up the Wikipedia article for Berlin. You immediately get to work on fulfilling your handler's requests. Look up article Berlin. After some time spent concentrating, you can finally feel a surge of meaningless trivia on the European Union's capital manifesting in your head, neatly organized in about 100 papers. Weirdly enough, even without reading the papers themselves, you somehow already know stuff like the city's location, its history, and so much more. This new brain of yours truly is something. Oh my goodness, I'm jelly, fam. I'm jelly. Think about it this way. Some people say, I can do a mental note, blah 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 blah. Well, I can't, sorry to say. Sleepy does have a hard time memorizing stuff. Let's say somebody's birthday. Let's say you have 10 friends. And you only know maybe 4, 3, and vaguely their birthdays. Hell, you vaguely remember some of your family members' birthdays. Sorry, I'm just not that kind of person, okay? That doesn't mean I don't put importance to that, because every time I think about the month, I'd be like, oh god, is it somebody's birthday? Uh-oh. Oh great, somebody's gonna message me. I didn't message this person happy birthday. Oh my god, you're a piece of shit. When did you die? Go to hell. Yeah. That's an exaggeration, of course, but you know, it's like similar to that. It happens, and I have to come up with some. I can't just say the truth, because if I say I just simply forgot, they'd be like, oh wow, you piece of shit. Oh my god. Yeah. But hey, that's the problem, you know. You can't understand Sleepy? Well, I won't understand them. Just kidding. No, I'll try. I still try. Weirdly enough, even without reading that. Yeah. I read it. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked. Very good. You're getting better at this by the minute. You think so? Yeah. I mean, for someone trying out an experimental technology for the first time, you're picking up on it faster than anyone could have imagined. Keep it up and you'll be just as good, if not better, than that pesky Arthur in no time. Time. I keep putting an letter H in front of the T. Time. You smile at the Labrador's remarks, feeling quite proud of yourself for a change. You've been working on this new skill of yours alongside Natalie for quite a while now, trying out all sorts of things in an attempt to get used to it. Things like checking the time, the weather, the temperature, the status of your synthetic components. Information that you thought you'd always need an AI or a handler's help to look up are now available to you as quickly as just thinking about them. I'm super jelly, man. And now that you can visualize them in your head with your eyes open, there's no limit to how wacky this feature could get. So, how do you feel? Having fun, Isaac? You bet! I never thought surfing the web could be so fun again. And this ability to view what's going on with my body at all times. I really wish I had access to something like that back when I was a regular human. Yeah, I can imagine. But look on the bright side. No illness is ever going to blindside you again now that you're equipped with this software. Not like you could catch one anymore, given you're a synthetic now and everything. It's alright, I get it, and I'm really thankful to you for showing me how to operate it in the first place. I think you've been more helpful in the last 20 minutes than Arthur ever was in 3 days. I'm really curious about their voices, no cap. You hear the Labrador chuckling on the other side of the call, likely a little embarrassed from all their generous compliments. Anyway, knowing how your body's doing is just the tip of the iceberg, really. This tech interfaces directly with your neural system so it can react to a wide variety of stimuli. You'll pretend like you understood any of that. So, what's next? Anything else you feel like trying out? So, in short, she pretty much means it's connected to your senses, to your nerves. to your brainstem or spinal system. I don't know, cord. I can't remember the terminology. We could try watching a video if you want. Ooh, that could be fun. What did you have in mind? Well, let's see. Oh, did you know Mary's about to give an interview on The New Herald in a few minutes? Now that came out of nowhere. No, I can't say I did. The Siamese never mentioned that in the brief time you were at the labs. In fact, she said she'd be busy analyzing your lab results for the rest of the day. Judging by the sound of her voice, Natalie appears to be just as surprised as you are. Yeah, me neither. I only got a text message about it 20 minutes ago. Did Mary send it? Yup, can't say I'm surprised. Honestly, it's always a mystery whether she forgot to do something deliberately or not. Either that or she just thinks this interview's not that big of a deal. Knowing her, that's probably the reason why it took her this long to inform us. I see. What's the interview gonna be about? I've no clue. Could be any number of things. Mary never told me about any plans for interviews. Honestly, wonder if this was Mr. Morgan's idea. Wait, no, that was not like you said. Honestly, I wonder if this was Mr. Morgan's idea. In the absence of a definitive answer, your mind always comes up with all sorts of explanations. So you overthinks. Not to the point of a extremist overthinker, like in the middle, social anxieties and all that's good stuff. You don't think he wants her to talk about what happened this morning, right? There's a brief silence on the other end of the call as Natalie considers a possibility. We can't know this for sure without tuning in. Hence why I asked if you wanted to view it. In the event that the topic of synthetics is brought up, and it likely will, I thought you might be interested to hear what Mary has to say firsthand. Your handler brings up a good point, a really good point, yeah. That's one, Natalie. And it doesn't take long for it to come to the same conclusion as her. Yeah, I agree. How do I start watching it? Just try to apply what you've learned in the past few minutes. You shouldn't have any issues. So just think of a video of like YouTube or something, and then think of assuming that it pops up in our head, like YouTube pops up. We can then think search or find maybe keywords or something, and we will get the video that we want. That's interesting. That's interesting. You try to focus as much as you can on the thought of viewing that interview, but nothing happens. Aw, look at that face, so sad. I can't do it. What's going on? You're trying too hard, is my best guess. So it's gotta be like, I'm assuming it's gotta be like thinking as... You're not focusing too much, but at the same time you're just thinking it. Like how you think normally. For you, of course. It depends on how people think normally. It's like subjective gauge, I guess. The process should feel natural, like breathing. Yup. Well, for you, human anyway. You try and try again to no avail. No matter how naturally you try to think about it, your perception remains locked in this carriage. It's no use. Could be that pressure's interfering with your thoughts, you know, like fearing you'll miss the transmission and stuff? That could be it. It's alright. Nobody's born already knowing all this stuff, mainly because there are no synthetic babies to speak of. You can't help but giggle at the canine's joke, in spite of how stupid it is. You've probably been you've probably been taking this thing a little too seriously for your own good. It's not like your life depends on it. Depends on your ability to tune in to watch a crappy podcast on time. Either way, it's okay if you can't do this on your own. That's what I'm here for, after all. If you want, I can hook you up to the interview myself this time. Yeah, I'd love that. Thanks, Nats. I really owe you one. Don't mention it. It's literally my job. And besides, I can always help you figure out how to do this on your own another time. Now stay calm while I hook you up. Your head might spin a little at first. The Labrador's words don't inspire much confidence in you all of a sudden. That sounds horrible, actually. Suddenly, I'm not so confident about the... In 5, 4, 3, 2... Your head spins so quickly it takes you a while to understand what just happened. Your vision needs a moment to readjust to your new surroundings, which seems to have changed in the blink of an eye. Oh. But then again, he is like the beta or the alpha or the early access subject. That's what I'm talking about here. So they might update a few kinks, because I think that's gonna be annoying. Like you just think about YouTube like breathing. Oh crap! Now I can't see anything. right? Okay, you recognize this place. You were here not that long ago, in fact. Oh, here's the interview. You definitely don't recognize those two well-dressed foxes, however. Those clothes don't exactly remind you of scientists, and they're carrying what seems to be rather old equipment. Could they be reporters? The other two, on the other hand, you're very familiar with. In the Drake's case, far more than you'd like. It appears as though Jasper chose to follow Mary along in her interview, which was hastily set up in her still untidy office. Likely the reason why the angry-looking CEO keeps giving her ice-cold stares every time she turns to face him. I'm liking that. I'm still loving the design though. I still don't get about the color for Mary. It seems like she's blurry. Am I correct? Maybe not. So tell us more about this new generation of drones you're developing, Dr. Shelley. Looks like the interview's already started. You try your best to follow in spite of your total ignorance of the topic at hand. What's there to say that hasn't already been said? They're faster, cheaper, and more compact than ever, able to both carry weights up to 10 times their size through magnetic levitation, and perform precise engineering work on a wide scale. A single drone can replace an entire team of workers, a dozen can replace an entire construction crew, damn it, and they fly. You definitely never heard Mary talking about these drones of hers before, that's for sure. Though, to be fair, you never heard of them before on the news either. It's quite hard to believe she had the time to work on such a project, given how busy she is with you and the other synthetics all the time. Is she merely acting as a mouthpiece for someone else in the labs, or is she truly that good at multitasking? However, the implementation of this technology is meeting some fierce resistance from workers all over the globe. People are afraid. Wait. Upbeat journey. People are afraid that your drones could take away millions of jobs in key sectors such as construction and logistics. I mean, who can blame the... With a loud cough, the Drake implicitly voices the dissent. What I mean is, a fearful reaction is to be expected everywhere. Innovation presents itself, you know? Change isn't an easy process, and people are bound to be upset no matter how much their lives improve. After all, our drones will be able to do many jobs that might be risky, if not deadly for a regular human. Workplace fatalities will practically drop to zero, which I'm sure is something no one can object to. But with all these dangerous jobs being performed by machines, the people who used to do them will now go home hungry. That's a good question, because by the end of it, the core, if we go at it as a societal kind of thing, right? People need jobs. The employment rate needs to be up. We don't want to have an unemployment rate to go up, because that's bad. That's just basic stuff. At the same time, if a sector loses, let's say, a huge factor of like hiring or job opportunities because the demand has been met with the supply of something else, something better, a little bit more expensive but better, what about the people? So now we have a bunch of unemployed people. You know what happens to unemployed people? Because in a level, people want to have purpose, no matter how grand or simple it is. Some people can have like CEO jobs, that's their dream. Some people want to be like Bill Gates, a billionaire, president of a country, a senator. Some people want to just have a normal job. Could be just cleaning, a cleaning company. You just clean a house. Maybe you are the janitor, but hey, it's a job. You're functioning in society, a group. Remove your function. That leaves a person purposeless, right? You don't know where to go. You don't have a direction to go. You have nothing. What leads you is two things. Either you self-reflect and maybe find something else, which is a tough thing to do, or the hard and sad way. You can ignore the pain. You can ignore the things that you want and need through vices, right? And then the next level on that is it will lead to more, I guess, maybe depression. I think so. Yeah, it can lead to depression. Even though I hate to admit it, even though I also don't want to. I hate the concept of jobs. Really, I mean, it's nice to have a purpose and all, but like say you wake up, you have a 9 to 5 job every day. You wake up and then you Let's say you settle down, you get a family, you then you retire, wow, and then you die. What an amazing cycle. Very adventurous, correct? But then again, it's not so black and white. I don't know. I'm a rant about this in another video. But with all these dangerous jobs, yeah, people will go, well, you know what they say in situations like these? Just learn the code. Everyone in the room drops in hysterics save for the Drake, who really cannot seem to get behind the joke. All jokes aside though, I assure you that the loss of those jobs is nothing to panic over. All across history, important innovations have always been met with swarms of people crying that their livelihoods would be destroyed by the advent of new technology, which is kinda true, it is a pattern. However, these are nothing but the ramblings of people who cannot see past their small little work desks. Jobs don't disappear, they change, they evolve, and so do the workers and their skill sets. Damn! Yeah, alright. And so, though these drones might do all the hard work instead of regular people, we'll need new workers to build these machines, new technicians to program them, new experts to organize them. Some people might have to adapt to the new environment more than others, but what's life without learning and discovery? I could not agree more, Dr. Shelley. Wow, that's a good answer right there. And speaking of workers fearing their jobs might be stolen by machines, some people now fear humans are next on the chopping block thanks to their new synthetic technology. The Siamese scoffs at the Phoenix exclamation, shaking her head in mock disbelief. Oh please, synthetics are no replacement to humanity, but rather its natural The Drake gives the doctor an angry look, prompting her to backtrack as her eyes ascend into orbit. Potential of evolution, at least for those who are ready for it. Synthetics are simply an extension of human life, a way for everyone to cure the greatest illness to afflict mankind since the dawn of the universe: death. The Drake's eyes roll to the side upon hearing Mary's claims. Though the two reporters don't seem to notice that as they continue their questioning. When you put it like that, it sounds like nothing more than a pipe dream. As if fire, the wheel, the steam engine, and electricity were anything more than pipe dreams as well, or ships or planes, or space shuttles. At the foundation of every revolution lies a great inventor that dared to dream beyond anything reality could offer, and our synthetics are Pandora's biggest dream yet. Wow! Casual bragging aside, you have to admit that it takes a very special kind of person to even attempt what Mary tried to do, much less succeed. Yeah. You never did ask her where she got the inspiration for this idea in the first place. Or much about her past for that matter. Maybe you should rectify that the next time you meet face to face. You're saying that in the future, anyone would be able to transfer their mind to a synthetic body and live forever? For an affordable price, yes. The male fox chuckles lightly at her statement, a wide smile on his face. It's definitely an intriguing perspective, and the synthetics will be carbon copies of their organic originals? Carbon copies wrongfully implies that they're duplicates, but I understand what you mean. To answer your corrected question, yes, those who undergo the transition, as we call it, will wake up in their new body just the same as they went in, with no changes to their personality or their memory. Simply unbelievable, and this technology could be available to people all over the world tomorrow? Whoa, let's not get too hasty. We still have plenty of tests to run before we can properly launch our synthetic program worldwide. At least give us until Christmas. After a few more laughs, the Fennec asks a new question. Though some, like my colleague here, are quite ecstatic about the prospect of extending one's life past its natural limit, public perception of the project has been more or less mixed since the very beginning. Many people fear that synthetics are simply gaslighting for a new generation of advanced A-grade AIs. They've also been compared unfavorably to the Kronos disaster 40 years back. The cat nonchalantly scoffs at the reporter's worries, evidently uninterested in taking any of this seriously. I mean, what isn't these days, am I right? Even so, after today's incident, the new relay station, where one of your synthetics had an altercation with the police, more and more people are expressing doubts about the safety of your androids. Oh boy, I knew they were gonna mention that at some point. Though Mary looks ready to dig into the topic, Jasper is quick to forcefully nudge her with his elbow, likely in an attempt to reining her in. For the first time since the beginning of the interview, he's the one to answer the reporter's query. The incident has already been reported to the proper authorities, which will take over the investigation so as to eliminate any possible bias, that is all. Competent authorities. You cannot recall hearing anything about those. Is he making it up, or did Mary forget to mention those too? I see. But then how come this android is allowed to roam freely during the investigations? We've received countless reports from concerned reviewers that the synthetic is currently on a train to Bloomberg completely unsupervised. You hear your heart skip a beat as you process what you just listened to. That girl knows exactly where you are and what you're doing. Do they have cameras on this very train too? Did one of the other passengers rat you out? Feeling too stressed to deal with these questions appropriately, you try to focus your thoughts on the annoyed-looking Siamese who nevertheless appears to be prepared to deal with the lady's concerns. The free circulation of synthetic you're talking about is imperative to our pursuit of knowledge on his condition. For that reason, he will not be detained in any manner unless deemed necessary by the competent authorities. I can't help but feel that some people might view this as a sort of live experiment that they did not sign up for. It's not an experiment, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to let go of the fear that's preventing you from accepting change. An opportunity to interact with our synthetics firsthand, instead of merely hearing about them on the news. After all, if this technology is ever to become mainstream, we'll have to adapt to a world where humans and synthetics alike coexist in harmony. The sooner people can get into this mindset, the better. Pandora Laboratories remains committed to its mission to create a better future for everyone. All we ask is for people to understand why these early steps are necessary, so that we may all one day, just as suddenly as your vision transitioned to that view of Mary's office, it suddenly transitions back to your immediate surroundings. Wait, why did you... Scared by this sudden change that you hadn't been at all warned of, you can't help but aim very harsh words at your handler. What was that, Natalie? Sorry, was the interview still going on? Of course it was. Mary was still talking and everything. Truth be told, you were starting to lose sight of how she actually planned to justify you not being locked up somewhere at the HQ. Though it's very possible that this was her plan all along. I'm really sorry about that. I just wanted to let you know that you've almost reached Bloomberg. We almost? Wait, we did? Yeah, it should be visible right now outside the windows. Still a little angry with the ever-apologetic dog, you nevertheless peek through the window and gaze into the starry night outside. It doesn't take you long to recognize the familiar sight of Bloomberg's train station getting closer and closer every second. You truly did lose track of time while you were watching that interview. I had no idea I was taking so long. It's alright, after all, I'm still to blame for undoing the connection so suddenly. Nah, I understand why you had to do it. It would have been a shame if I got so wrapped up in the interview that I missed my stop. Even though you didn't feel as though you spent much time watching that interview, there's still quite a lot to unpack. The public continues to be somewhere between hopeful and scared shitless with your actions this morning and not doing much to help your cause. While Mary continues to vouch for her innocence with mixed results, it's difficult to say where things could head for you next. Alright everybody, I'm gonna end this video right here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching. Hope you stay safe. Good luck on whatever you're doing. Keep on pushing. You know, don't give up. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next episode of No More Future. See ya. Bye.